So I'm just removing the leaves from the stems of hyacinths. Now you see, you do get an awful lot of foliage with each hyacinth because they've actually been cut at the growers from the bulb. So as you can appreciate, you get the entire leaf structure as well as the bloom. And I'm just going to take the steel grass. You can see the ends of the steel grass are quite dirty. I'm just going to cut those, and then very delicately and gently take half of the bunch, snap that bit off, and just fold it gently around my hand and pop it into the fish bowl and release it so it springs tightly against the bowl, and then do the same with the remaining part without snapping it. Place that into the bowl. And then you can twist it around to fill the bowl completely. It just helps to take away the bleakness of just a single bowl, really, just a plain bowl. Just going to top that up with water. So I'm just going to make a hand tied with the hyacinths, although not your formal hand tied, which I'm going to tie into the form of a bouquet. It's just to get them all roughly the same height, really. Just adding those as we go around. It's none of the usual rules and regulations about keeping the stems all at an angle so that you can tie in one point. This is actually going to be an upright arrangement when it's finished. Just turning those round. Now what you might also find is, because the stems are quite thick, quite juicy, succulent, you might find it's quite hard to actually hold them in one hand. So you might want to tie as you go along. Gradually adding them into a circular style. Go adding the last few stems. Oop. There we go. Oh, must get that little one. Then I'm just going to tie those very gently with a piece of string, bearing in mind that the stems are very fleshy. So if you pull the string too tightly, it's actually going to cut through. It's only literally just to keep them secure. It doesn't have to be anything too formal or structured. Just literally tying them. Just to keep them together, really, because holding them with your hand is going to be completely impossible. So that's what we have. And then I'm just going to cut those down to fit into my bowl. Okay, so there we have our little tied bunch of hyacinths. As you can see, the stems aren't twisted like you would expect them to be for your regular hand tied. Though I have to say my floristry training has come obviously into its own because they are slightly twisted. But anyway, it just helps them to stand out a little bit more. You can see they stand quite happily on their own. And there we have our finished arrangement, all our little hyacinths. A nice bright invitation to spring. Hopefully we will see spring on the horizon. I hope you've enjoyed watching our little hyacinth demonstration.